All right, we're gonna change it up a little bit. Helping us out today is Bert Sorin, the president of Sorinex, former All-American collegiate thrower and professional thrower. Bert, thanks for welcoming us into your house, letting us train with you today.
Sure, thanks, Scott.
And joining us, thank you very much.
Right on. What we're gonna work on today is what we call load manipulation. That's very simple. It's taking sub-maximal loads, moving it to another location. How we're gonna start there is from a stationary position or your feet planted. So as you see, we're gonna start with what we call a plate load. So we have a load of plates. It doesn't really matter what weight we use as long as it's appropriate for your strength level. Right now we have some 10s and we have some 25s. Sometimes we'll move up to a stack of 45s, even sometimes heavy kettlebells, dumbbells, or center mass bells. So in this position, we're gonna work on the transverse plane and what we say creating the X. So the hips and the shoulders are gonna create an X for torso rotation and stability. So here's how we're gonna do this. A box of equal height, and I will start in this position. I will grab one plate, twisting my body, moving it to the next position. Now, I could go right back to the other side. So if you notice, I was going from a high place of the plates to low. As the plates got higher, now I'm moving back to this position. So we're not only getting low to high, but we're getting high to low, both right and left. Now, to make this a little bit more difficult, I'm gonna stand just a little bit farther forward. What that's going to do is create more of that X, more of a transfer of power through my torso and hips, and it'll look like something like this. So now I'm really twisting. I'm pivoting the feet, using the torso. Notice the good ready position I'm in with my legs. I'm not bending over like this. I'm staying a good ready position. I'm in a fighting position, and I can move the plates. Now, depending on what I'm attempting to train, will depend on the load that I'm using, also the duration that I'm using. I usually stay about 30 seconds with this because I don't want it to get too cardio. I still want it to be a functional movement strengthener for my core and my hips.
I like that too because you're really staying athletic, which reminds us that that transfers through a lot of different movements like cleans, different jump mixer, plyometric jumping exercises. That is, again, that's foundational.
Super functional. We use it all the time in my collegiate as well as professional days of throwing because everything from a power transfer point, pushing through the ground, the strong hips has to go through the torso, rotary motion into the upper body, whether it be a punch, a kick, pulling a weapon. So it's really, really important. Now, another variation of this, instead of a twist, we could go into just a shifting motion. Now, as we know, weight shifts are very important, whether it's stepping, whether it's shifting, moving over. So now, instead of a twisting motion, we're just going to do a lateral shift, which will look something like this. Now, notice I'm keeping my eyes ahead. This is keeping my eyes on target. Situational awareness of what's happening. I'm watching the plate through my periphery, so my hands are moving. I'm getting shift in my legs. Now, I know this knee's a little bit sore, it's dinged up, and I could feel that on this shift. So I'm babying it a little bit, but this is a good indicator. When I could do this drill very fluidly, I know that I'm fully healthy. So the lateral shift will look something like this. Now, if I'm not quite as good at this, I could glance down, but we want to try to keep our eyes on target as much as we can. Great functional strength trainer for the hips and just being able to manipulate those loads.
And grip, that
Absolutely.
distal grip in the fingers, I really like that movement for
Now
that
we
as
could
well.
use plates, we could use center mass bells, kettlebells, sandbags, jugs of milk. Even if you aren't very strong and you're just trying to do this from a fitness component, you could use road cones, shoes, gym bags, anything you could manipulate that load. It doesn't matter if you're not very strong yet. The whole idea is being able to move those loads efficiently and effectively.
You could even use some sandbags, working on that distal
Absolutely.
one-handed strength, maybe passing it from hand to hand.
Sure.
That'd be
Absolutely, yes. It could be from here to here. The whole idea is be able to get load A to position B.
Working on that transverse plane, that's awesome.
That's it. Let's get after it.